fire, fire, fire. Anyway, what's this about in it? What's this about? 3/4 odds is crazy statistics. Alright, let them cook.
Someone posted divorce rates, right? The first one between men and women is 42%. Women and women is 72%. And men is 28%. And the person making the post asked the question, I'm curious, ladies, how are men the problem?
I didn't think about that.
I'm not gonna lie, I cannot give you a solid answer. Because a 72% chance of being divorced is crazy work.
Yeah.
What's the point of being married at that point? Like, that shit is doomed to fail. Like, there is damn near no chance. And I honestly think it's mostly due to emotional thinking. Because in a situation where a man and a woman are mad at each other, who's the one that usually has to be like, okay, you know what? This is stupid. Let's make up and, you know, whatever. You guys make up and now everything is cool. It's the dude. So now, if you have two people who are not willing to say, okay, maybe I was wrong in this situation, or apologize, then that's what you get, fam.
That's what you get. I don't know. I need some sources on those statistics. However, as someone with a lot of estrogen, I can definitely tell you it is fucking rough having fights or like talking to people, man. This is from the Office for National Statistics. Okay. Office for National Statistics divorce rate. This is for the UK. Marriage and divorces. Rate. Oh, Jesus. If someone can find it, that'd be great. However, as someone who has a lot of emotions, sometimes it's really rough getting into an argument. Because sometimes I'll keep a lid on it, even with like experience and just like dealing with people, even though I don't like dealing with them. For example, you get into an argument about like fucking some dumb shit with your parents, and you start getting emotional. Usually when it's with my dad, I'll tell you that I'm usually the one that ends up blubbersing. Whereas if I'm with my mom and she starts crying and I start crying, it's hard to like keep a lid on it, if that makes sense. And I know it's not the same as being in a relationship with someone else as in like in a sexual relationship, but because we're both women and we're very high with emotions and you start like bouncing off each other and start yelling, if it escalates to that point, it's kind of hard to like stop. You have to calm down, and calming down is like not part of like, I don't know, fighting as a woman. That's why women get told to calm down all the time, even if it's really irritating. Metro Weekly, lesbians much more likely to divorce than gay men. Okay. What's this? 2020. Female couples account for 3 times as many divorces, counting year-on-year trend. According to the Office for National Statistics. Ooh, okay. It's over when you tell a lady to calm down. I am calm! Wow, same-sex divorces account for less than 1% of divorces in England and Wales. The increasing size of same-sex marriage is since 2014. 72% of divorces account for female couples. Again, I can't imagine the sample size is very big either. That is crazy work, man. 72%. That's almost 75, Chad. That's 3/4. I can believe it. You know what? Us guys gonna stick together? Yeah, I don't know. I'd love to know why gay men don't get divorced as often, according to this. Even women hate women. I think when you start bashing heads and like two emotional beings being together is so much more to handle. Men are usually the ones that are kind of cold, or at least like not as, I guess, responsive. What, men are problem solvers. That's why also, just chat, just so you know, that's why if you ever get a partner, chat, sometimes a woman just doesn't want to have a problem solved. They just want you to listen to them. I know this is kind of like off topic, but yeah, sometimes women just want someone to listen to them and like cry, like unironically just make them feel better. What's this? Forbes Advisor's a little article as well. It doesn't show same-sex divorce rates, but does show rate of divorces being initiated by men versus women. Oh, Forbes. Oh boy. Divorce rates by religion. 69% of divorces are initiated by women. So you want pity? No, it's not about pity, man. It's not about pity. Use your brain. I already explained it. Being forced to listen to someone's problems when you could literally make it not a problem in 10 seconds is the most insufferable part about being in a relationship. My guy, skill issue. Sometimes women just want to cry. I don't know what to tell you. There are so much worse things to deal with than, like... Isn't that pity? Bro, look up the definition of pity. Anyway, I'm getting one guide. You guys aren't understanding the words coming out of my mouth. Women initiating the divorce is 7 out of 10 marriages in heterosexual couples, man. That is so fucking stupid. Women often carry more of the mental load in a relationship, also take on the primary caregiving role for children. The added burden they face, especially when they feel their support system is lacking, could help explain why they are more likely to initiate divorce. Oh, so men, when they come home from their 9 to 5 and their woman isn't doing their job of like taking care of the kids, that load is okay. But when women, you know, they don't have a support system, I feel like this article's a little bit fucking redacted, man. I've heard so many stories of women complaining that their man is tired after work, after their 9 to 5, and they don't have like a support system when they're the ones like going out into the world and they're just sitting at home taking care of the kids. By the way, no dissing to women who take care of kids and are housewives. Absolutely no diss to that, by the way. Just so we're clear. It is hard taking care of kids. It really is. I'm just saying that men have it hard too. Going into a 9 to 5 and getting told by your boss that you're not getting a raise or you can't go on vacation, then coming home to your wife fucking saying, oh, I can't handle the babies. Also, you need the car payment is fucking due. Blah, blah, blah. Like, that shit's stressful too. It's fucking both. It just sucks for both, man. Men's only support was smoking and drinking because there was an expectations put on them. Yeah, that's why there was a lot of problems back in the day, like in the 40s and 50s and 60s. Especially, I know this is completely off topic. Sorry. After World War I and II, all those men that came from war, they were really fricked up and they didn't want to talk about it because it's obviously really hard to talk about, but they just resorted to smoking and drinking because they didn't want to talk about their fucked up problems in their head. Yeah. It was traumatic, exactly. But this makes absolute sense. Women initiating makes perfect sense. What do you want, buddy? Is the cat in your bed? Sorry. He was like telling me to get the cat out of the bed. Anyway. In 2021, 6.9 per 1,000 women over age 15 divorced. Wait, what? Over age 15? Wait, there's women getting married at 16? Bro, I could never. I was still like fucking reading Warrior Cats books at 15. Holy smokes. This is a substantial decrease from 9.7 new divorces per 1,000, which is the number of divorces among women in 2011. That's crazy, dog. Makes sense, makes sense. It's all adding up, chat. It's all adding up. Yeah. America? Brother, there are some countries with age of consent that's 13, so... I just love it when people say that shit, like, oh, America, age of 16, you can get married. It's like, yeah, well, in Japan, you can engage in, activities with children. As long as they're consenting, which is crazy. Consenting as a child. Anyway, I'm getting so off topic. That's actually a misnomer. Japan, it's 18, they changed it. No. Age of consent in Japan. 16, you're still wrong. Shut the fuck up. Don't ever at me again. Alright. Yeah. Look, women are emotional creatures. I think that in order to have a stable relationship, you need to have a stability point, man. You do. You really do, man. You need someone to then not bounce off of with your emotions as like a woman. That's why women and women have a really high divorce rate. This is not fake. This is real. In 2020, 72% of divorces were women on women. Or rather, women on women had a 72% divorce rate. And the whole grudge is being able to move on from that shit. I don't think it's even that. It's like, so say you're like in the heat of the moment and a woman starts yelling. Are you likely to walk away and just be like, all right, bitch, calm down? Whereas a woman, they'll start like engaging with you the whole time. And like being like, you need to talk with me right now, right now, right now, and just like, like you need to like yell at them right now, and then the man walks away. That's like a more common response for men. I don't think you should judge women for being emotional though. That's natural, comes with the territory of high estrogen levels. It's more a societal problem that we aren't being encouraged to sort out our differences and compromise. Society's just telling women to scrap it because men are shit and it's easy to find another. Oh yeah, for sure. I think that divorce rates in America have increased substantially over the last like 50 to 100 years. Not only because like society has changed, but because it's easy to like say, oh, I'm divorcing you. Okay, I'm gonna go find another man. Instead of talking it out. I think people want instant gratification instead of, hey, we could like work out a solution. And like you need to exhaust every possible not solution, but like you have to at least try and exhaust every possible like couples therapy, or like going to like a marriage counselor, or like spending more time together, or talking to each other more instead of like never talking to each other because you're both exhausted. Yeah, so try several avenues instead of being like, okay, you fought with me like 10 times this year, I'm getting divorced, instead of like talking about it. I think that's really, really, like, since divorce became like a thing that was more and more common, it's escalated because it's like, oh, well, your man doesn't talk to you, so maybe you should think about a divorce. combine that with the girl boss culture and women often getting paid more in companies with DI initiatives, you have a recipe for higher divorce rates because it's so easy to separate. Well, that's what I'm saying. And also, another thing, in most cases, women win in divorce cases. They get more, they either get half the house, they get alimony, even if it's like a bad thing. That's another reason why women are initiating it more. Because women are more likely to win. I'm sure, look, I'm gonna say it, I'm sure that if men won more, if they won more divorce cases, or they got the kids more, or they got more money, or they got alimony from a woman, I think this number would even out, or at least swing the other way. I think that if, like, statistically, like, get an easy bag, marry a woman, and then you get her money or something. But that's not how it works. And most of the time, the woman isn't working or making money, so... Yep. This woman is schizo and need 12 different drugs to not knife her kids. Better give her kids a permanent alimony. Oh, I've heard many such cases of having a fucked up woman and she still gets the kids. Like, actually fucked up. I think women shouldn't work or have the ability to easily support themselves if their marriage doesn't work out, but we should be pushing the nuclear family and counseling a lot more when it's easy to wipe our slate clean in 2024, but we push the opposite. Yeah, just girl boss your way to a man, essentially. Jumping between marriages. I've heard scary stories of women being married like 4 times. And this is like old women, like women over like 50 and 60 who are like, yeah, I've had like 3 husbands, and I'm just like, you know, like I used to work, right? Like in the real world, and they'd be like, yeah, I've been divorced 3 times, and I'm like, what the fuck, huh? What do you mean? And it's like, oh, I have like 2 different kids from 2 different dads. Like, oh Jesus, okay. Like, this is not a problem now, it's just exacerbated now. It was a problem before as well. This is the reason I will never date, because I'm scared of what they can do to me mentally. My brother in Christ, you gotta go through some pain to like get to the good part. Stop living in a bubble. You gotta push yourself to do uncomfortable things. 99% of the time you're gonna be fine. I didn't want to stream because I was scared of talking to people, so look at me. Get divorced a single time, your odds of getting divorced again skyrockets, and serial divorces that push up the average. That's still really bad. Like, even if it pushes up the average a lot, that's still really bad. What was the divorce rate like 50 years ago? Divorce rate USA last 100 years. Divorced more than a century ago. It went from the 1960s from 9% to 15% in 2018. That's a lot, man. That is a big jump. Because divorces became, like, actually really common. I'm not saying that people shouldn't get divorced. Sometimes people really, like, get married and they don't suit each other at all, which is fine. Like, I understand that. But you have to exhaust every possible avenue of, like, trying to get to... How do I put this delicately? Like, you have to try and exhaust it, and if there's absolutely no other option, then divorce. Not just, like, divorce, like, right off the rip. I also think others have to realize it's a global world now. It's no longer single village matchmaking. Yeah, that too. Hey, can you get out of the trash? Dude lives snarling at me. The asshole. Household of 2 adults and 3 kids could exist on 1 salary. Oh yeah, I mean, we're getting into like the nitty gritty of like how divorces are how one salary could like support 3 kids and a wife. We're getting way into the deep end. Looks like divorce rates have overall been decreasing since 1960, but marriage rates have been too. Yeah. Also, prenups are a big thing. Someone just brought that up. Prenups are good if you're like a rich man. Yeah, I think that prenups are really smart in that case, but usually there's literally no reason for it. It's just a waste of money. Yeah. Marriage rates plummeted. Yeah, people aren't getting married. They're not having kids. Gee, I wonder why. Yeah. I forget, honestly, someone is dating is the best because, you know, getting hurt so bad they give up on it. Like in my case, there's always that one person confiding easily who just hurt so bad that you don't want to be with anyone anymore. You know what I mean? Yeah, I understand that, man. I really do. But as someone, I'm not gonna get into personal anecdotes, but as someone with an older brother who had a really sad breakup with a like 6 or 8 year long relationship, I saw that guy, my brother, being so sad and basically resigning to like living alone, and now he's married. So like, you should never give up, man. And he is a short king, so you should never say, oh well, he's probably a Giga Chad. And I'm like, well, actually he's like 5'7", so even someone like my brother can find someone, okay? I could use a fox with a big tail as a wife. If you read this, I will assume that is a yes. Thanks in advance. Hey, I don't consent to that. I'm taking if it happens, it happens. Approach makes life easier. Yeah, that's how I do it, you know? If it happens, it happens. If I don't, then I die alone with a dog and a cat. I don't give a frick! Because if you care, then it starts eating at you, like, internally, so who cares? It's not my problem. Well, I mean, it is my problem, but, like, it doesn't matter. If I'm happy, I'm cool.
Papaya, papaya, papaya.